And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Vintage Story. All right, I came across these guys, and I wanted to get this on camera. When you are out exploring and looking for things, you will eventually come across plants that don't quite match the grassy area, and yeah, those are crops. So if you find a mature one, that's even really good, because that actually gets you a lot. The non-mature ones will also drop seeds. So I recommend grabbing them when you can, if you have the inventory space. You know, because food in the early game, food is hard to do. Which is why I reduced. Actually, no, I didn't. I usually reduce my hunger reduction, but this time I didn't. So this is going to be a challenge. My hunger goes down pretty fast, and we have yet to find clay, which is weird. I have never had this many problems finding clay before. Oh, there's some more. See, spelt, that's a grain. I don't have really the inventory space to get all of the things though. Okay. I'm hoping to come across something resembling clay here at some point. It's weird that I haven't been able to spot it on here. Usually you can spot it. So many. Oh, there it is. We look, where are we? Very, almost imperceptibly different. But this is fire clay. This is one of the two types of clay in the game. Fire clay is actually nice because it's a little bit higher end clay than blue clay. Blue clay is the other one. I think everything you can make with blue clay, you can make in fire clay, but not everything you can make in fire clay, you can make in blue clay. So, I think. Yeah, and I like I said, some of my mods radically alter stack sizes. And this is one of them. Okay. I actually want a little bit more of this. So we're gonna have another shovel. Okay, and then a stick with the shovel head. Yeah, I want to bring quite a bit of this back with me, and then we'll start to slowly move our way into a new age. Because you really need, in order to get to the next level in the game, you really need to get to copper. It's really the requirement. You got to get to copper. So I always beeline for copper when I start. And trust me, mining and everything will start going faster, and just like every other game in existence, you know, as you progress, things get easier and easier and easier. Even more so with the mods that I have. Okay, that takes care of the axe that I have. Okay, so I want to mark this. Waypoint, add. This is going to be red fire clay. All right, now let's head home. As you can see, the waypoints are on there. Ooh, look at that little monster. Holy cow. That's a hill and a half right there. That'll be fun to explore. All the rabbits are running away from me. Trying to head home here. That was quite a ways away. Ooh, what is that? Parsnips. Oh, I don't really have room for those at the moment. Any of these? Yes. Right. We will get a farm up and running very, very soon. You want to do it as early as possible because, you know, things take a while to come in. And I shortened. Ooh, more turnips. Yes. Glorious. All right. Why does it will not look like I'm right next to my home? Okay, there we go. Ah, it's a raccoon. I'm gonna... No, let's leave that in there. Okay, so now we have some peat. And yes, peat you can also stack. Like so. Let's go out here. And these. I want to save as many of these. I did manage to craft 2 reed baskets. So I can start putting stuff away. That I may not need on me at all times. Okay. I'm saving some of these vegetables here. Hopefully for some better food. I want let's get into what it's going to take to reach the next age of goodies. Ferns really don't have no purpose in life, so I just destroy them. And this will become clear in a second. So, dig some holes. Like so. You want them covered, obviously. You want them covered, and you want them, you know, as much away from, like, flammable things as possible. Trust me when I say that. You want them away from flammable things. You do not want to burn down the world. So, what do we do with all these? Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that clay, and we're going to mold this clay into things that we need. Right? So, we're going to first make ourselves a cooking pot. So, this... Hit G, by the way, to like sit down on the ground. Trim off what's highlighted, and that'll be the next layer. And then right-click to place. And if the next level is the same as the previous, hit F and go to duplicate layer and just right-click. right click, and then this, oop, we want to go back to 1 by 1 and then right click. And that is an unfired raw cooking pot. Put that in one corner. Take this, and we are going to want the crucible. So take this and go 3 by 3, just trim off a whole bunch, and 1 by 1. And then F, duplicate layer. And then 1 by 1. There's that. So that can go in another corner. And then we want a bowl. I'm left clicking to clear, by the way. And then 1 by 1. This is a super simple recipe. Grab that, put that in another corner. And then we want a crock. And these babies, yeah, we want a crock. That is a cooking bowl crock. Now, clear all of that. Pretty simple. Go to 1 by 1. Duplicate layer. Bingo. There's a crock. Put that in another corner. Then take your grass, shift right click in there, fill that up with grass. Take some sticks, right click a couple times with some sticks. Then you want to fuel, either peat or firewood. Peat is nice because it's just 4 of them. And then light it on fire. That is your pit kiln. Remember that mod that said faster pit kilns? That is what they mean. That is a pit kiln. So that is basically firing those clay items to be actually usable. Next thing we're going to want, since we have a crucible in there, next thing we're going to want is some molds. We want a pickaxe mold. These get a little bit more involved. As you can see, these are pretty complex, which is why I wanted so much clay. Because if you've been watching my total clay amount, you might have noticed that it goes down as you fill in the clay in this grid. So it uses the clay. I'm not sure what the ratio is between like how many squares you can fill in versus, you know, how much you get, but you know, I know it's okay. We also want, we need some food. Okay. We also want axe, hammer, hoe, long blade, prospecting pick, shovel. We want one of all the things. So we definitely want a shovel. Let's see. Use my zoom. This is why I love this zoom mod. Makes this so much better. There's the shovel mold. And then we definitely want a long blade mold. Axe. Let's see, right in here. Try to be as efficient as we can with it. There we go. And so we've got the axe, shovel, pickaxe. So we want the hammer. And we definitely need to find some blue clay because I'm seeing a lot of missing molds in that list. So there's definitely a lot of molds that blue clay is used for that fire clay is not. So there's the hammer. Yeah, let's see if we have any others. Long blade, I think is one we're gonna want. And then storage vessels. Oh, it looks like those are blue clay only. So yeah, I'm gonna need. Yeah, I'm gonna need blue clay. Long blade is basically your sword. Ooh, yeah, there's no... I didn't see a knife blade in there either. But that's all of our things. I don't think I have enough. Yeah, I don't have nearly enough grass for all of those. You see how fast the resources go? Crazy, right? Knife blade. And then I'm gonna need one of my sticks. Can't do that. Come on, give me... Hey! Give me a stick. So I can get more sticks. The fastest way to get sticks. Finding them on the ground is okay, but not nearly as good as trying to trim them off of trees. Try to go for the branchy leaves. That's definitely a higher drop rate from the branchy leaves. See the difference? Branchy leaves, maple leaves, branchy leaves. This. Oh yeah, because I need grass. Luckily, grass is relatively abundant. Nope, not the... Oh. Stupid ferns. Yeah, early game, you know, it is kind of a grind, and believe it or not, this is a lot less grind than it usually is. So that's why I recommend mods. You know, if you don't like grind, mods are the way to go. So we have that. There we go. Now all those are ready. Control click that. And I'm out of those, so I need 4 of that. And just fire these up. I'm holding down right click, shift right click. You don't need to hold shift down, but you know, hitting right click now doesn't do anything. Shift right click and it starts the ignition process. And what I really would like to see, because this, you know, see all the little embers coming off of these? These will burn. These will set fire to anything around them. So that's why you want to give these a wide area that nothing flammable around them. Because I've had entire rows of chests die because of these things. Not ideal. One of the other major things that you're going to want on top of all of these is make sure you have enough fire clay for the anvil mold. This thing is brutal to make. Takes a ton of clay. Oh, there's the storage vessel. That's what I wanted. A bunch of are these storage vessels. And they take a lot of clay. Like a lot of clay. But I have them modded to hold a little bit more. Once we have this row done, it should go relatively fast. Because I just duplicate layer and build it up. And this will greatly increase the amount of storage I have in my base. You can see the amount of clay in my hand going down. Oh, there it is. And there will be a later game way of speeding up the clay process. Ooh, yeah, see what I mean? This is a lot of clay going into this. Boom. There it is. Raw, unfired. And here are the little things that we have finished. The crock is actually nice for storing the food. The bowl is for eating the food. The cooking pot allows you to cook food. Hefty turnip stew. 2 servings. 3 servings. There we go. 3 servings, hefty turnip stew. How can I, like... There we go. That's 3 servings. So that is 300 sat, 600 sat, and another 240. So 870 saturation worth of vegetables. And then once this gets done, you can see that its cooking progress is going. Let's see if the finished product is actually better as far as saturation goes. Boom. 600 saturation. 3 servings. So we're going to take this and we're going to scoop that out into there. So we're going to take the bowl and then right click that. So that 600 saturation. Each serving is 600 saturation, right? So that is what, 6 times 3? 6, 12. That's 1800 saturation. That's way better. Nom 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 nom. Look at that. Huge bump in saturation and goodies. So way preferred way of doing it right there. Now, one of my patrons, Osirok, is usually my cook, and we may have Osirok come in here to manage the food as we go. But I wanted to do something here that that showed how this all works. So we're gonna put that in there. Put that in there, and we need a bunch more sticks. So what we can do is put our torch in my offhand and go around and look for more sticks. We also need to come up with a building project for this series. You know, I did my giant cathedral, and I will do an episode on how to plop that cathedral into your world. If you want to have it, you could either plop it in, you know, as just a decoration, or you could plop it in as a home if you really wanted to. I mean, there's no way to do it outside of being in creative mode, so you got to cheat a little bit in order to get it in your world. But yeah, there is a way to get it in your world. I made the schematic available. I may even redo the schematic just to make it that much easier. Okay. I think we have enough grass and stuff now. And some sticks. And the firewood. As you can see, that one was a little different. It's a much more involved burn. So one of the tips I'll give you here is if you got a bunch of pit kilns going and it's like late at night, sleep. Because the time, as you can see, the time goes by fast when you're sleeping. So those pit kilns should all be done by the time I get up. There we go. And this is good to go. I need some more food. Nom 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 nom. Glorious. You can see with the firewood, the burn temperature is 700 degrees. if we look at the copper in our hand, the smelting temperature is 1184 degrees. Obviously, we have a detriment there. All right, there is a good amount of storage space. You know, another row on top of what that was. But it can also store tulips, or it can also store things. As you can see, food perish speed is lower. So you can see fresh for 41 days, fresh for 1.7 years. Much better. 35 days, 1.5 years. So, you know, store your raw food in a vessel at the start of the game. You will be very thankful that you did. Okay. So I want to place this over there. And we have now molds. Oh my god. I love how you can't pick them up. You and you. Now we have molds that we can make, that we can pour metal into, and that's what this crucible is for. Ow, sir! What did I do to you? I need a long blade in order to try to kill him, but I need to just avoid him for now. Anyway, ideally I'd put a fence around him and pen him in. I don't have nearly enough materials in order to pen him in, though. So we need to find a little bit more copper. Wasn't there a little bit of copper over here? Yes. I need exactly 20 copper. But I also need peat. What is the peat brick? Burns at 900 degrees. So I can't even smelt my copper with the peat brick that I have. So what, pray tell, am I going to use? Well, I need to make some charcoal. That's what I need to make. So I'm going to create a little bit of a charcoal setup. Let's just build this and that. And remember, I want the absolute barest minimum charcoal setup that I can possibly get away with, but still make enough charcoal to make a difference. So what you want is a completely enclosed area. Completely enclosed. Like this, right? And then do that. I need to clear out this. So this we have to fill with firewood. But we're gonna need another axe if we're gonna want to do that. So we need another axe. There we go. I think we should be able to do it with just one of these. All right, axe. I don't need the stone. Put that away. All right, now we need wood. We need lots and lots of wood. Although we have a bunch of firewood in here, I can grab all of this stuff. I want stack this up. So, stack and a half of firewood. like so. And we need more. So we're going to have to use some of the durability on our axe to get more firewood. Now, try to find trees that are maybe not connected to one another, because the algorithm, when it goes to chopping the tree, will spider its way through and try to chop all of that stuff down too. So to avoid that and save a little bit of durability on your axe, try to separate the trees out. Plus we're getting a few sticks, which will be handy. And the time it takes to actually chop the block depends on how big the tree is. All right. I don't think there was a tree inside of there. Now one of these trees had a bunch of... This one does not have any... Okay. So I'm pretty sure the reduced grind mod affects how many firewood you get out of every log. So if you're not getting exactly the same number I am, don't be concerned, because that's fine. I am definitely going to need another many more axes in order to finish this. And I built, it's a 3x3x3. It's going to take a lot of firewood to make. But that amount of charcoal is going to last us quite a while. And I definitely want to clear up some of this, because we're going to be mining this copper very soon. Plus it just helps get all the overgrowth out of here. Look, there goes my axe already. Yeah, already my axe is gone. So, flint axe. Get a couple more axes. So how to prevent all this stuff from falling down there? Well, I think it would be wise. No! Do that. This is probably going to break this axe. Oh, surprisingly not. Nice. There's a lot of maple around here. Way more than I usually see. And oak, which is great. Okay. So maple, axe, all of firewood. And I have a very limited amount of actual space to work with here. I'm shift controlling. Shift control right click. Speeds up placement. And I do edit the stack size of firewood. So that's 22. That is 32 plus 6. If I had an axe durability high enough, I'd go after one of those redwood trees. But those take quite a lot of durability to break. So, you know, unless you have a lot of durability, I would not recommend trying to take one of those redwood trees out, because if your axe breaks halfway into cutting that tree down, you're gonna have half of a tree sitting up in the air, and it'll be a while before you're able to get up there and finish it off. But this will also help clear some area for a farm. You know, we'll be able to build some farm stuff in here somewhere. Not sure exactly where yet, but I'm trying not to get anywhere close to that beehive. Do not want to take that away. Okay, there's got to be some more stuff I can chop down here. How about this oak tree? No, it's walnut. Wow, it's a walnut tree. You don't see these very often. I want to actually get up here. I want to make sure I get some seeds out of this. The drop rate of seeds, if you just straight up chop the tree down, is very, very low. Ooh, this is going to be hefty. This is going to break my axe for sure. Oh, wow. It didn't. Really? I topped it in order to save some of the branches and, you know, save some of that stuff. I hope I got some seeds out of this. Walnut seeds are actually edible. 6 seeds. Okay, good. And I'm just about out of durability. Really? Look at all the foliage in this. This area of the forest is just so overgrown. Okay, look at that. Starting to open it up, which is nice. Obviously, if we try to chop this into firewood, we're going to break that axe really fast. Nope. Let's go over here. So that's a stack. Really? Well, we got a stack out of that. Okay, the middle one we got to be careful, because you got to leave that. You got to leave a square on the top open. So just be careful with that. All right, now let's clear some of these walnuts out. There's one stack. I'm going to try to make just enough. So, obviously, this middle one, I need a half. So, 32. I don't think, I'm pretty sure I modify the stack size of firewood to be 64. So, don't be surprised, unless you're using the exact same mods I am. Don't be surprised if your numbers are a little off. So that is 8. I need 64, 64, and 64 should give me exactly what I need. One full stack. All right. Then you want to seal it up, right? We want 4 more firewood. Go up to the top. Good Lord. Go away all of the things. Do not need all of this around here. There we go. Okay, so you have the firewood in there. We want you want to shift right click with the grass. And let's see. If we put the firewood in there, it should change. If you look at the top of the screen, it should change to charcoal pit, right? That's what you want to see. So what you then want is to light this and immediately cover it. It'll even warn you. Light it, cover it. And do not crack it open. You will see smoke coming out of the top of this thing, and that tells you that it's working. Do not open it until this smoke is gone. That is a hugely important fact. Do not open it until that is gone. All right, well, that is going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.